Roborock is releasing a new model in its popular series with the Roborock Qrevo Curv 2 Pro. What this new vacuum robot can do, you will find out here in the video. Please remember to use one of the links in the video description if you're interested in purchasing, so you can support my small channel a bit. I would be very pleased, and as always, you have no disadvantages. A channel membership is also possible if you want to support me. Let's first take a look at the features of the device. The Roborock Qrevo Curv 2 Pro comes with a maximum suction power of 25,000 pascals, which is definitely sufficient. Finally included is the function to leave the mopping pads in the station so that carpets remain truly dry while vacuuming. The adaptive lift chassis is of course also included here. We have here again an ultra flat height of under 8 centimeters, which is really impressive. This allows the robot to easily get under low furniture. And new here, the 100-degree hot mop wash. The tangle-free double main brush performs just as excellently here as the extendable side brush and the extendable mop pad. This model clearly stands out from the other Qrevo Curv models and is the spearhead of this series. Let's move on to the construction of the robot. On top we have the control panel and the height distance sensor, which I find really great. Further back we see the laser tower, which is retractable and can still continue its work towards the back. In the front there is the camera sensor for obstacle detection and avoidance, as well as the distance sensor on the side. Below, we see the split double main brush, the extendable side brush, as well as the extendable mopping pad, and of course the carpet detection and the drop sensors. The classic design is as one knows it from most models. In terms of the station's design, at least visually, there isn't much new, but that's not a problem. I must admit that I really like this igloo look. Visually, the whole thing is really eye-catching, and the robot almost completely disappears into this station, which I find very good again. Above, under the lid, there are the 2 tanks for fresh and wastewater, as well as the dust bag. Otherwise, that's about it. A well-made station, you just have to say. In general, the workmanship and feel at Roborock have been consistently high for years. There are hardly any robots that are better made. Everything just fits together here, and one can only hope that Roborock remains true to this standard. The navigation here is a bit more interesting. Although a laser tower is used, it is located at the back of the device like on the Saros 10 and is also retractable. But even when retracted, it can continue to work backwards, and as we said, we already know this from the Saros 10 and it really works great. Otherwise, of course, we also have the camera sensors installed at the front, which also contribute. This results in perfect navigation. The robot always knows where it is, and in my test it never got stuck or anything like that. For me, Roborock is still unquestionably at the top when it comes to navigation. It even drives into the smallest and tightest gaps without getting stuck. Really great. A big advantage here is also the distance sensor on top, which we see above the front of the robot. This way it can drive under low furniture without getting stuck. That really only exists with Roborock. And this is naturally reflected in obstacle detection and avoidance. This also operates at a very high level. All obstacles in the test are skillfully avoided without any failures. Here, the camera sensors work very precisely, so a few things can be left lying around without affecting the robot. Cables are also safely detected and avoided. Even the small cars were really not a problem in the test here, as you can see. Of course, the adaptive lift chassis is at work here again, which we already know and appreciate from other Roborock model series. As you can see, it skillfully climbs over my threshold, which is 3 centimeters high, and it does this without any problems or difficulties, and I must admit I really enjoy watching how well the whole thing works here. And the chassis can also be raised when set in the app for carpet cleaning to improve the cleaning of high pile carpets. Here too, I hope that Roborock continues to work on and improve the adaptive lift chassis because it just works perfectly. In terms of suction power, we reach a really strong 25,000 pascals at the maximum level, which is absolutely sufficient. No one should have any complaints about that. Even though there are top models that have already reached the 30,000 mark, it must be said that 25,000 is of course sufficient, because normally and on regular surfaces like PVC coverings, laminate, tiles or such things, it diligently vacuums everything up, nothing is left behind, so there is no need to worry here. Even on carpets, it does a really good job. However, I always recommend the intensive carpet cleaning, so it goes over the carpet twice, simply because it delivers the best result. And I generally recommend doing that with every model. Thanks to the extendable side brush, which is almost standard by now, corners are also cleaned well to very well, so you get a really thorough result in terms of suction performance. It's also nice that with this curve model, you can now leave the mopping pads in the station when cleaning carpets. This ensures that they really stay dry, and this function was not available in the previous models of the Qrevo Curv. Before we move on to the mopping performance, let's take a closer look at the carpet cleaning, because with the Roborock Qrevo Curv 2 Pro now allows the adaptive lift chassis to be used for cleaning carpets up to a height of 3 cm by adjusting the chassis to the carpet conditions. For high pile carpets, the chassis can raise itself to adapt to the carpet. Also Ton C 1001 CNC Tau. But not only that, because it also dynamically adjusts to efficiently and perfectly clean carpets of different heights. This ensures there is always an optimal distance between the carpet and the vacuum robot, which should significantly improve cleaning, and this dynamic function is unique in the industry so far. I will also show you the various settings you can make in the carpet settings in the app, and there are several, so you can perfectly adjust it for your home and your carpets. This way, you also have a perfect cleaning experience on your carpets at home. The Duo Divide main brush also does an excellent job and minimizes hair tangling. Because the Duo Divide main brush is angled at 45 degrees and the brushes work in opposite directions with a difference in rotational speed, this entire mechanism combined with the high suction power of 25,000 pascals is intended to ensure that hair almost never gets tangled. You see here the current state after all my test cleanings that I have run, and I haven't had a single hair get tangled so far. That's really impressive, especially for households with pets. This is really interesting. Roborock has truly done an excellent job here. That must be clearly stated. Let's continue with the mopping performance of the Roborock Qrevo Curv 2 Pro. Again, there's really nothing to complain about. Sure, you have to do without automatic detergent addition, as this function is only available in the top models, but that's not a big deal because you can still add the detergent to the fresh water tank and use it that way. Here, too, mopping is still done with cold water as standard, not with warm water like some other models. To be fair, mopping with warm water is mostly just a gimmick at the moment, making almost no noticeable difference in practice. What makes a noticeable difference, however, is that a proper pressure of 12 newtons is applied to the floor here, which is more than with some other models, and you can definitely feel that. Additionally, the mopping performance is absolutely convincing. The Roborock Qrevo Curv 2 Pro wipes almost everything without leaving residues. He can also handle slightly dried things. Additionally, the mopping pads rotate at 200 revolutions per minute, which is also more than a decent value. A wiping pad can also of course be extended here, which further completes the result. The wiping pattern is also convincing, as you can see, because it wipes really nicely moist on the wettest settings, which I always find very important. You can indeed attest to a really clean and strong result in the wiping performance. In the station, the wiping pads can now also be washed with 100-degree hot water, which of course helps to get the wiping pads significantly cleaner and also more germ-free. A point that should not be underestimated. I am very satisfied with the cleaning performance in both categories with the Roborock Qrevo Curv 2 Pro. The Roborock app is very nicely designed and one of the most functional ones I personally know. Not overloaded, not too many features, but the most important things are included. Here you can tailor your cleaning routine to your needs and set it accordingly, and you should find your way around relatively quickly. I really like the app. Of course, now remains the final conclusion about the Roborock Qrevo Curved 2 Pro, and it is currently the best Qrevo curved model you can get. Strong suction power combined with more than decent mopping performance make this vacuum mop robot a good alternative if you don't want to go for the absolute top models. Because here you get the most important features combined with very good craftsmanship and, typical for Roborock, the best navigation on the market in my opinion. Therefore, I can only warmly recommend this model to you if you are still looking for a new device. If you enjoyed the video again, I would also appreciate a thumbs up for it, subscribe to my channel and activate the bell so you don't miss any of the next videos. If you have questions, please also use the comment section, and of course feel free to let me know which device you use at home. Einsei Katz. You can also support me with a channel membership if you want. I'll put the link in the video description for you. As always, I say thank you for tuning in again. Until the next test video, take care, bye bye.